Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I'm going through boxing scene. I just saw the Golden Boy lies. Now I'm going through the Eddie Hearn lies. So Team Wilder has no plans and has no desires. Let's use their quote. Has no desire for new meeting with on Joshua deal. Um, they're banking on them winning and them becoming ace high because if they make the deal prior to this, without knowing the real numbers, without knowing the true attendance, how much money it generated, they don't have the power that they desire to negotiate the deal. And um, you guys can feel free to read the article. I'm just going to interpret the article. Basically, they interviewed Shelley Finkel as it relates to this article. And Deontay Wilder, I'm gonna use Deontay Wilder. I mean, Team Wilder, Deontay Wilder is doing the exact right thing. When you're about to graduate from college, I'm gonna use you guys as an example. Use myself as when you're about to graduate from college, you're 1 month away from graduating from college. You're in your last semester. Do you go sign a 4-year deal to work 13 to make $13 an hour as an assistant at the Boys and Girls Club when you want to be a school teacher? You understand? Would you sign a 1-year deal to work there for $13 knowing you get an instant raise having having graduated from college or trade school, um, having the proper license to drive a truck, having the proper license to do hair, having the proper license to do nails, cut hair, etc. Whatever your profession is, when you become certified or certificated, educated, degreed up, and basically Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury is either the two graduations. Hoping that it be Wilder, obviously, but it's um, it's a smart move. Let them come to you. Anthony Joshua is in a shrinking market. He will basically drown himself. He will basically suffocate himself, set himself on fire, figuratively speaking, because he doesn't have a move that can advance his career. He's max tapped out the UK market based off of his last fight not being a sellout. And he's in a very auspicious place. Do he continue to stay in the UK and adhere to the shrinking market that he has? It looks good. You understand? It's great for his ego, not great for his legacy. Do you do that for maybe another year and a half? Or do you say, you know what? It's time to go for the gusto. Do I come to America and have a fight here in September? Do I cancel my reservations for April 13th in the UK and come to America and quote unquote fight, not after Joshua, fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller to build my name cachet? You understand? These are options that are on the table. And if he only, I don't know how much he made. I think he made $10 million for this fight. Put in the comment section, put the article. I have no idea what the finances were for this last fight. But if he made $10 million, he might as well come over here and fight for 8, 10, 12. I don't know how much uh, the zone would give him to fight over here. Um, we know the numbers would do well. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, the fight can't be in Barclay, and we all know in Brooklyn you get 10,000 people there, or you get 8 to 10,000 people there just because the fight is there. You understand? That's how loyal the Brooklyn fans are, and I've never seen anything like that. I've covered maybe 5, 6 fights in Brooklyn thus far, and it's just been insane. It's been beautiful. I love it. Brooklyn fans are great fans. You understand? I don't want to disrespect the DMV or disrespect Dallas or disrespect LA, but they carry their own weight. You understand? And I love traveling for these fights, man. It's the best. I I don't have mixed emotions about Deontay Wilder being in LA because I was taking my family to the fight, and now I just have to drive to the fight. You understand? When I say I want my family to take a picture with Deontay Wilder, and I'm gonna frame it. You understand? I'm gonna really get that picture framed, uh, and and it's gonna be somewhere. I'll show you guys my museum that I'm building, and Malcolm X is at the top of that. Malcolm X is at the top of it. So I'll show you guys in the video someday. It's not full yet. It's rather empty, but I'm building it based off of my life now. I'm not building it based off my life in the past. I got tons of pictures with tons of athletes. You guys know I train professional. But anyway, let's talk. Let's stay on this. Let's stay on this point. I think Anthony Joshua is going to have to make a decision, and the decision will be between December and January 30th. What will he do? Because I think he's going to have to take a leap of faith, not in terms of just necessarily fighting Anthony Joshua. I mean, excuse me, not in terms of fighting Deontay Wilder, but expanding himself, expanding his business, expanding his brand. It's like I use Manny Pacquiao for example. He should have dominated the Asian market in his prime. He shouldn't have fought at Mandalay Bay all them fights. You understand? He was like Elvis. I'm not sure if you ever been to a Manny Pacquiao fight when he was just killing everybody, destroying people. I mean, just literally. I mean, so, but he should have did that, and I think Anthony Joshua needs to take a leap of faith because he's a marketable kid. Like him, love him, or hate him, he's a marketable guy. He's young, he's brash, he's an Olympic gold medalist, he's undefeated, he's undisputed world champion, and he's not in America. I'll go on a limb and say this. I'm jokingly say this. He's not dark. He's not a dark-skinned black man, so he has the ability to sell in America. He's a heavyweight champion, so that makes him fearless. That makes him, quote unquote, the man per se. Although Deontay Wilder is the man in America, um, um, but now it's building upon if he destroys Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder has a marketplace in the UK. You understand? I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Wilder goes over and has a fight there in Tyson Fury's hometown or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's the rematch or whether it's a lesser heavyweight to build his brand. I don't know the heavyweights over there, but somewhere like that, I definitely can see that happening. But I salute Shelly Finkel for not having no quote unquote no desire to meet with Eddie Hearn. It's like buying a car. I well, my last two cars are brand new, so there was really no negotiating in terms of the price. But you could uh, buy the car in a different area code, so you don't have to pay state tax. You can make moves like that. Um, so, for example, counties in Los Angeles have different state tax. If you live in Oklahoma, sell make sure you sell it make sure your address is in Texas. You understand? Little things like that. I don't know if Oklahoma has state tax, but Dallas doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're anywhere near the Texas, Florida area, you would want to have your car sold in those states because there's no state tax. You understand what I'm saying? So um, make moves like that. You get like the first three oil changes of services free. You understand? So that's the negotiating point at Shelly Finkel. You hold your stance per se. It's like if you're buying a used car. I've bought many used cars. You understand? Um, my first car was an Oldsmobile Omega, a 1983-84 Oldsmobile Omega, sky blue one. You understand? And you leave the dealership. You may want that car as bad as you may want that car. You always walk out. Always walk out. Don't ever, ever, ever in your life buy the car when you first walk in a dealership. Let them think about the mistakes they've made. 1,000, I mean, you show high interest, but you hold your ground. You say, oh, no, thank you. It's a little bit too steep. If you can make any changes or make any room, lower the interest rates. See what people, I'll tell you guys this too. They will give you a $500 discount to keep the interest rate the same. You want the break on the interest rate. Like you want that interest rate to go from 5% to 3% or from 7% to 4%. They'll give you a $500 break if you ignore the interest rates. I'm big on interest rates now. Like I buy a lot of property. Like So this is turned into a fucking. I'm talking about making deals. So this is turned into this type of story. When you like me, I have the revenue right now to buy a piece of property, but the mortgage rates are so high right now, over 5%, that I could buy a piece of property, but it's not doing me any justice. I'd rather use that money to win in the stock market or to make small investments to get small change back. You understand what I'm saying? I can get that better as opposed to buying a piece of property. Although I'm dying to buy a piece of property, but the national interest rates are so goddamn high right now that I don't want to pay 5% interest rate on a property where I would normally get 3.1%. You understand where I'm coming from? So these are the same tactics that Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder are doing. Hold your ground, hold your water, maintain and sustain your equity and leverage that equity. And he's leveraging his equity, assuming he beats Tyson Fury. If it's a good fight, they rematch it. If it's not, they'll revisit it years down the line when Tyson Fury wins two fights in a row by 2 out of 3 fights, and 2 of them are by knockout. Well, he wins 3 and 2 of them by knockout. They'll revisit the fight. So at the end of the day, overall, sustain your. If you have leverage, sustain it. In business functions, sustain it. All right. Even if it's with a friend, sustain your leverage. Communicate your leverage to your friend. That's the difference. I'm not communicating my leverage to a person that wants to rip me off, but in fairness, communicate your leverage. Hey, listen, I invested more in this business than you did. You get 30%, I get 70%. Communicate that. You understand? But at the end of the day, barbershop conversation. Salute to Team Wilder. I can't wait for next week. I think we're getting an announcement by Thursday about something as it relates to this fight. So expect that. Barbershop conversations, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.